Hey everyone, welcome to today's show. Welcome to Disabled Reality. I'm your host, Anthony Lorito-Duke, and uh, there's a great topic for today's show in which it's people stupidly protesting in New York City subway against the MTA and police. And because um, people do not want police on the trains and buses and in train stations and on the bus stops and whatever else have you. So today, about 5 p.m., a whole mob, sort of like people, rushed into Penn Station and they started fires in trash cans. They were just uh, plowing right through the turnstiles and all this other nonsense. I mean, they're a bunch. These are a bunch of morons. And of course, police did arrest and stuff like that because these are a bunch of morons. Seriously, you don't do things like that. Really, you created a more dangerous situation and did things illegally, by the way, and people could have gotten severely hurt or even worse, killed. You don't do things like that. If you guys want to protest, first of all, you do it um you do it uh respectfully. Okay, you do it peacefully, and you also you go to your politicians, you know, and work it that way, not this chaotic way like these idiots did today. You know, the, when you try to make a point, okay, eh, if you do it chaotically, you lose all credibility and you make things worse. When you do it the correct way and the peaceful way, then more people will pay attention to you and you gain a lot more that way. So now you made things a gazillion times worse because you guys did things stupidly, you know, and because now that they feel that they can get away with doing things like this because people feel that with recently this parole thing or whatever you call it that that came up from Albany, that uh first time offenders, especially if they're non-violent, uh they won't get into trouble, they won't get put into prison and all this other stuff. And first of all, I'll admit what our politicians did up in Albany when this bill was created. Again, it was done wrongfully, it was done stupidly, and it needs to go back to the drawing board. It wasn't done right at all, and that's part of the reason why now we have this chaos that we did today in New York City, and now um, police are going to be like attacking. I'm sorry, people are going to be attacking the police again. I stand corrected. People are going to be attacking the police now because they feel that they can get away with it. It's wrong. To all of our local politicians, in upstate New York and up in Albany, please, please go back to the drawing board on this new bill. Go back to it, amend it, and amend it properly before things really get worse. You know, you did wrong. You know, we're all human. Nobody's perfect. But you got to admit to your wrongdoing and you got to correct what you did wrong. You got to go back to the drawing board on this. And we do need proper police, proper amounts of police and stuff on all the uh, train stations, on at the bus stations, on the buses, on the trains. Because why do people act like this today? Why do people not want police on the buses and on the trains and on the train stations and at the bus stations? Why? Because they want to get away with doing a whole lot of illegal things. That's why they're saying, I want to walk around with my brain up my ass. I want to do a whole bunch of illegal things, and I want to get away with it. That's what they're really wanting. That's why they don't want the police there. Seriously, that's the real reason why. All this nonsense of, uh, um, oh, that's it's policing and that it's an invasion of privacy and all this other nonsense. Listen, if you get your brain out of your asses and think for once in your lives and realize the police ain't bothering you, if you just go about your business, if you're not doing anything wrong, who cares if the police are there? And you know what? If there was something going wrong, you'd want the police there. So get your heads out of your asses. Stop being stupid. Really. Start to use your brains for once in your lives. Honestly, people are just stupid. Unbelievable. It really is. And I hope that all these people that did this protest today and caused all this chaos, I hope they get caught. I'm glad there were quite a few arrests done and stuff, but I hope a lot more of them get arrested. I do hope. I truly do. And I know a lot of people are not going to like what I'm going to say, but I just feel that I have to say this. And I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not trying to be a mean person. I'm just being realistic. Karma is going to come and get you. Karma is an SOB. What goes around comes around, ladies and gentlemen. And all these people that did this stupid protest today in a horrible way, they better watch out for karma. What goes around comes around, and it comes around three times fold, and each one is worse than the one prior. So the last one, that third one, that you better watch out for. And I hope karma really gets them really bad because you know why? First of all, they started all these fires and the trash cans and whatever else have you. Um, they put a lot of innocent people's lives in jeopardy the way that they did this protest today. A lot of people, innocent people, including little children, elderly people, and so on, they could have gotten hurt or killed. And these people that did the protest, they didn't care. They don't care who gets hurt. Seriously. So with that being said, um, Better watch out for karma, because it's gonna come at them hard. And you put the lives of police officers that didn't do anything to hurt these people. They put the lives of these innocent police officers on the line too. And these people didn't care. They didn't care. So they didn't care about all these other people. Then what the hell should we give a rat's ass about them for? Honestly. So I hope to God that our politicians up in Albany and in each of the five boroughs of New York City, I hope to God that you guys are listening in. I really do. Because that new bill, like I said, that came out recently, that's got to go back to the drawing board and get amended and put all of these crappy people behind bars. They did actual acts of violence of this protest today. So I'm just saying that, and I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people out there who disagree with me and stuff like that. But hey, this is the truth. You could be, and people could be mad about the um, the presence of police, on the buses and the trains, at the bus stations and at the train stations. They can be mad at uh, the fare increase that the MTA is doing. Fine. You want to be mad? Okay. But don't act the way you did today. There's a correct way and a wrong way of doing things. And the things that you did today were the wrong way. So I'm just saying. So anyway, um, there's not much time left to this show. And I know I just hosted my other show, Equality and Rights for All. And I said something on there that I'm also going to say on here for all my fans that listen to this show. Both of my shows, Equality and Rights for All, and this show, Disabled Reality, um, actually got a good increase in the fact that uh, all my fans can listen to all of my episodes here on Spreaker.com, but you can also listen to all of my episodes for both shows on Spotify, Deezer, Podchaser, Google Play's Podcast Addict, Apple iTunes, Apple Podcast, and Castbox. So you can listen to all of my episodes that I host here on Spreaker.com. You can now listen to them on all these other platforms that I just mentioned as well. And there are two other platforms that I'm still waiting for the approval from. So if and when I get the approval from both of those other platforms, I will mention that as well, hopefully in future episodes. And um, so I wanted to mention that. And I also wanted to remind all my fans out there, you guys could check out my business, my website, which is Advocate Information Highway, and the link to there is awldny.com. That's A like Apple, W like Wind, L like Larry, D like David, NY like for the state of New York. And you guys can check out all 7 pages on there. And so with that, I hope to speak to everybody again next week, next Thursday, uh, which is February the 6th for Equality and Rights for All, and next Friday for this show, Disabled Reality, which is February 7th. And so with that, take care, everybody. Bye.